With the ti-nspire, you can link variables across multiple applications and views. To demonstrate this, I would create a new page by pressing the home key, selecting the geometry icon. In this example, I want to measure a circle using real units equivalents. To construct my circle, I'll press the menu key and shapes, and then circle. Now I'll place the point where I want the center of my circle to be. Then I'll use the touchpad to move away from the center to the desired radius. To measure the radius, I will press the menu key, select measurements, and then length. I then use the touchpad to click the center of my circle and then click on the circumference of my circle. And then I'll click again outside the circle. To store the radius as a variable, I'll move my arrow over the radius, press vars, then select store variable. I'll call this variable R by pressing R and then enter. Now I'm going to measure the area of the circle by pressing the menu key, then selecting measurements, and this time area. I move the cursor over my circle and then select it. To store this value, I move my cursor over my variable, select bars, store variable, and I'll call this variable area by typing in area. And then pressing enter. Now let's look at the relationship of the area graphically. To do this, I'll select the black arrow at the top of the screen, go to page layout, select layout, and layout 2. If your circle's not completely shown, select the area outside the circle, click and hold, and then move it until my circle's completely shown. And clicking it to release it. Now to work in my other screen, I'll select Control Tab. Then I'll press Menu. Then I'll select Add Graph. To create a point in my graph, I press Menu, Points and Lines, and then Point. I'll move my cursor into the graph so the point is in the first quadrant. To see my coordinates, I'll press the menu key, Actions, Coordinates and Equations. Next, I'll click the point my coordinates are labeled and clicking it to place it down. Next, I'll reposition the graph by clicking and holding in the area in the first quadrant and then moving my cursor so all the positive values are shown and both the X and Y coordinate is shown. Then I'll click to release. Next, I'll move my cursor over the X value. Press vars. This time I'll select link to and my variable that I stored is R, and then selecting enter. I'll do the same for my Y variable by moving over it, hitting bars, selecting link to, and this time area, and press enter. Now I'll press Control Tab to move over to my circle. I'll move the cursor over the circumference of my circle, click and hold so I can grab it, and then I'll drag the circle to resize it. As you see, the radius decreases, the area also decreases, and my point in the graph moves closer and closer to point 0, 0. And when I make the radius larger, the point moves upward and to the right.